Well, hello and welcome to the Rollins Reviews YouTube channel. We are back. We promised you that we would be. How are you doing, Blackson?
How you doing? How you doing? I'm doing good. Doing good. Happy to be here.
Thirsty Thursday. Woo! We're so glad that you're here as well. And as you fill up the room, you know what to do. Let's trigger that YouTube logarithm and tell them that we have some really good things going on over here on this channel. And hit that like button for me. And if you've been enjoying this content and you have not subscribed to the channel, it is not too late. Please go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We are glad to have you with us. Okay. Please, Blackson, go ahead and drop your channel link, The Arena Uncensored.
Okay.
All right.
Got it.
Okay. All right, here we go. So let's look at the title, folks. All right, Cammy's coming in. Okay, they're coming in for class. All right. The gong I'll have to do until I get my. I was using the school bell ring on my MacBook, and now it's not charging. So please bear with me, folks. Having some technical difficulties. It's roll call time. And we'll go ahead and call your name out. For those of you who have actually typed something, send an emoji, I can see. If you would like for me to call out your name, all you have to do is just say hello. If you don't want to say anything, send a little waving hand. That's fine. All right, CJ, how are you? Cha cha. The Arena Uncensored is with us. Cammy, how are you doing, love? We're so glad you're here. Chubbs, how are you doing? Rob Cat, glad that you are reporting to class. These little kitties right here are definitely for you, Rob Cat. All right. Look at the title, folks. And there are many other people here. But I'm just gonna say hi, how are you? Because I don't know who you are because you didn't type anything. All right. Let's go over the title. Oh, good. Toy Mafia. All right, perfect. Let's look at this, folks. Black Harris staffers. This is, oh my God, this is funny. Black Harris staffers accuse campaign of mistreatment and discrimination. Oh my God, say it isn't so. The Party of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. You can't make this stuff up. And Blackson, I have a little song I'll sing to you. I'll only sing a few bars because I know that you don't want to hear it. You guys know commonly you've heard me singing Hall and Oates. Say it isn't so. Oh, say it isn't so. Say it isn't so. Oh, yes. And so you can't make this up. The Blackson, what are your thoughts? I've been laughing ever since this came out.
Well, again, it just depends on how long have you been following Kamala Harris. Then you'll know she's known for having a turnover rate in her staff, in her even as far as back as 2020, you were hearing about her not keeping staff.
First, right.
Right. So I don't know who these people are, but how did they not get the memo of, her track record? This is her track
Blue
record.
no
This is
matter
her
who.
MO.
Because of the blue no matter who.
Well, again, you can do blue no matter who, but when you find out that she's been has a turnover rate, she's going over the turnover rate since 2020, then you got to be like, wait a minute. This lady is not easy to get along with, and she's not very nice, and she's
No.
very narcissistic and demanding. And so, yeah, I mean, turnover rate after it shows that she doesn't, Miss Lynn, take responsibility for her actions.
Never.
and so that will show why her being border czar wasn't successful, why her campaign wasn't successful,
Thank
and
God.
her California career as a DA and as a local DA was unsuccessful. So
Right.
yeah, it's but again, but all you have to do is just research. But I guess so people are so hard up for a job and vote no matter who. A lot of Democrats just tend to look past stuff, which is
And that's right. And
right.
you're right. Like I said, how you doing, Isaiah? Isaiah said, I am in the building. Yes. Chubbs, you get the first truth bomb, the second one actually. Her staffers knew she wasn't black, so now she's a racist because they knew the truth.
Oh wow,
You get
yeah.
enough? Yes. You tried to sell this cosplaying Indian, cosplaying black woman who we knew she wasn't, and now, like I said, one thing about it, when people win, a lot of things. What do? Sweep it under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, Bill ABC TV? Excuse me, I'm losing my voice.
So what Chubbs is saying, they don't need to be crying now because they knew all this before. Because I'm sure they had to know that her turnover rate. So now they want to put a scream racism.
But when you're in a cult, you ignore it. Wonder who's crying now. One of my favorite Journey songs. It's been a mystery, but still they try to see why something. Well, the song is why something good could hurt so bad, but we can't say why something good because there's nothing good about the Democrats.
Nothing good about Kamala. Nothing good about her campaign. Nothing good about her policies. Nothing good about her track record in the past. She did black people in California. Nothing good about her. Nothing good about her being the border czar. Nothing good about her spending and not paying her staffers, paying and the vendors. Nothing good about that.
So, like I said, now when you win, all of this, we would not have known the depths of their depravity.
But she never had a chance of winning.
But they lost, and we know that.
Yeah.
And so now everything is out. The truth. What do they say? The proverbial cat is out of the bag. And what do they have to lose? They've lost everything anyway. So anyway, we've talked about Democrats blaming. They were blaming black men. Now they're blaming black women.
Yep, I heard that. I was like, wow.
Yeah, they're blaming black women. And let me see. I was watching a video earlier where they were blaming her, one of her campaign supervisors. And I was like, really? And again, Democrats never take responsibility for their actions. You can't blame any demographic or group. Blame yourselves. First of all, you had a bad candidate. As Blackson just said, you knew her track record. So, yes, they tried to win on 107 days. So they're also saying, we didn't have enough time. You had enough time. You squandered the time just like you squandered the money.
Well, in her defense on that particular argument, I will have to agree, Ms. Lynn, because Joe Biden knew what he was doing. He said, okay, you're going to stab me in the back? Okay. And he immediately endorsed Kamala Harris, knowing that that's not what they wanted. That's not what Barack Obama wanted. That's not what Nancy Pelosi wanted. That's not what Chuck Schumer wanted. Nobody, they despise Joe Biden for what he did. So that was a final, okay, you're going to stab me in the back. I got you. I got you. And he immediately endorsed, because they knew if he endorsed Kamala Harris immediately, they would have to follow suit, or else it was going to look real bad. It was going to look real crazy, Ms. Lynn.
And Blackson is absolutely right. Now, if you are familiar with this topic, do me one small favor. Type it in the comment section, please. Chubb said she got a bomb dropped on her called The Truth, like the song said. Oh, yeah. You dropped a bomb on me. Gap Band, baby. You dropped a bomb on me. Right. CJ Parks. Her staff chose to enter the lion's den. They're trying to get a payday. Yeah, they were trying to get their payday. And the funny thing is, Remember, she and her husband went to that $7 million retreat in Hawaii with all her staffers. Everyone was left. They had to start a GoFundMe trying to pay their bills. This is crazy. If you're familiar with this, type it in the comment section, folks. If you're here and you are enjoying this content, please, please, please hit that like button for me. So we knew here that many Black women were not going to vote for Kamala. And so now all of these allegations are coming out. Now, why, you're probably asking, why are they just now coming out? Well, they were advised or warned not to say anything because, what they were warned, of course, about their future political careers. And you know how you're Black, you could be blackballed. They didn't want that. So we know how that works. All of us who have jobs and who have worked before, even if you're retired, you know how that works. And so where are we? Chubbs, the dim donkey, aka the jackass, kicked Biden out and put the biggest. Oh yes, Chubbs is dropping nothing but truth bombs. Mm-hmm. So everything's coming out now again because they lost. CJ Parks, I would like to know how many of the staff perform nanny duty. All right, CJ. So they're alleging mistreatment, discrimination. This is crazy. How you doing, U.S. Army retired? How are you, love? I am speaking to you in the comment section right now. There you go. So Democrats told us Kamala was Black. So you have this woman that you said was Black discriminating against her Black staffers. Make it make sense, people. So you mean to tell me this woman that you said was Black is racially discriminated against Black people, her Black staffers? Blackson, what are your thoughts?
Well, they were advised by speaking out, I guess, during the campaign, but now I guess they're allowed to speak out and throw her under the bus. My question is, Ms. Lynn, did they sign any
disclosure?
Apparently not.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either, because if you're supposed to say silent before, you're supposed to say silent after.
Yeah.
But
right.
But it again, Ms. Lynn, it already came out that she had a high turnover rate. So somebody was leaking that already.
I had a video about the turnover rate. U.S. Army retired gets it. I thought Dems said Blacks can't discriminate or be racist. Right, U.S. Army retired. Exactly. You're absolutely right. Let's look at this. Black Harris staffers say they were mistreated on the campaign. They blame leadership for taking the base for granted. Right, Bill, ABC TV, we're all from one race, but we know the Democrats have tried their best to keep us divided. And look at this. The allegations only came to light now because staffers were reportedly advised against speaking out. So like I said, now everything's over with. They're like, whatever. All right. Here we go. Black Harris staffers are accusing the campaign leadership of mistreatment and outright racial. Everyone see this here, so I'm not making this up. U.S. Army retired. Are you familiar with this topic, love? Anyone who's already familiar with it, type yes in the comment section, please. Thank you. So, a woman you told us was Black, discriminated against her Black staffers. I need for everyone in the comment section to explain this to me because I don't get it. U.S. Army was okay. Thank you, love. You're familiar with it. Chicago Hood, listening at work. Much love and prayers to Miss Lynn Blackson and all my. Thank you so much, Chicago Hood. We appreciate you, love, listening from work. All right, so this in a damning new article outlining numerous allegations against the now defunct campaign. The New York Times published a story Sunday titled, "How Alarmed Harris Staffers Went Rogue to Reach Black and Latino Voters." The story details a clandestine operation by some campaign staffers who ignored directives from the top and took matters into their own hands after feeling frustrated by the campaign's lack of sufficient effort to reach voters of color in Philadelphia. How many of you remember? We did a video on this. And you remember the once they lost the guy in Philadelphia, I forgot his name, but we did a short video on him, and he was talking about how she didn't really he threw Kamala under the bus. So now we see, obviously, he wasn't lying. We're hearing the same thing coming from other people. And so many staff members felt, that Philadelphia's racially diverse neighborhoods were ignored. The Times story reads, adding that Black campaign staff members and political operatives said campaign leadership dismissed concerns that Democrats were taking their base for granted. Now, and it's probably this is my take on that, folks. U.S. Army retired, but I'm white, so I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. U.S. Army, yes, you do. You're in the right place, dear, at the right time. And so my take on this, Kamala probably thought, okay, with those high Black and brown communities, we already have them. We don't need all that outreach. How many of you remember, Blackson, you remember when we did that video and one of the chairs in Philadelphia, he was talking. He was an older white gentleman, and he was talking about how he wasn't given all the resources that he needed, to win Philadelphia. She was mad at staffers for not picking up her whiskey bottle. Steve is back. Steve. Woo! And so let me keep reading. Do you remember that, Blackson, when we did that video?
Very vaguely. Yeah,
because we've done a lot. So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So anyway, as the election drew closer, the frustration with campaign leadership on the issue reached a boiling point, according to more than 30 staffers interviewed by the Times. After Ms. Harris lost, Black campaign employees set up a call to talk about career opportunities with Angela Rye. Now, we all know who she is, a political strategist and podcast host. Remember, she said that Kamala mistreated her and she left the campaign. So
wait, Angela Rye from the Breakfast Club?
Yes.
So wait a minute. Now I'm confused. When did this transpire? Because she was going hard for Kamala.
She was.
Or was she just so anti-Trump she would just, dismiss
Trump? You know how Trump derangement. And then something happened, and then she was like, okay. So no one could get along with Kamala. We know that. And so
Angela kept that hidden because I didn't hear about that, Miss Lynn. I didn't. I guess
a lot of people that maybe had some issues and decided they really weren't supporting her like that anymore. They weren't going to say anything because, like you said, they're so anti-Trump. But that's how that went. But that's another. Hey, we could do a whole video on that. But yes, something happened with Angela Rye. And so, the discussion quickly shifted as they shared their anger at how the campaign had treated them. You see it right here, Blackson. Are you reading the article?
Oh, she said, Cammie said that Angela Rye is not from the Breakfast Club. That's Angela Yee. Okay, so who's Angela Rye? I thought Angela Rye.
She was on the campaign helping. She was supporting Kamala until this happened.
Okay,
all right. Yeah, she's a podcaster, a podcast host.
Angela Rye. Okay.
All right. So the discussion quickly shifted as they shared their anger at how the campaign had treated them. So again, she was on her side, but then she was treated badly.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we? And so she said how they were underfunded. It was haphazard, which means you throw something together. Their field operation with the man in Philadelphia said, so we're hearing the same stuff, had been in several battleground states, according to recording of the call obtained by the Times. Some staffers were also reportedly peeved that the campaign did not hire enough people of color. If you remember, I showed you that picture of her campaign staffers. I think she didn't have a lot of black people. And so you had people out here saying, oh, this black woman, this black woman really didn't have any black staffers. She had a few.
Right.
Few she had. Allegedly, she discriminated against them, mistreated them. You can't make this up. Chubb said, shaking your booty is not going to get you votes. Ask Kamala. Right. It's not going to help.
Right.
Tommy, Angela. Right, Cammie. Thank you for that correction. Yeah, Angela Rye. She's just a podcaster, Blackson.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I didn't recognize her at all.
Yeah, she's a podcaster. And it's right here in the article too. The Times story cites staff members who alleged that many campaign offices in Philadelphia. Listen to this, folks. With all she had $500 million. The offices were filthy. They didn't have basic supplies like tables, chairs, cleaning products, printers. Some campaign offices targeting predominantly, Black communities were moved to upscale areas, far from the areas they were assigned to serve.
Right.
Oh my God. You can't make this up. So you're supposed to be targeting Black communities, all right? Some of the poorer areas. But that wasn't good enough for you. You moved to the upscale area. How are you going to reach the people? And you're in the upscale communities.
Right.
So this is where they were assigned to serve. Oh. The Harris campaign reportedly commissioned an internal survey which concluded that Black staff members were frustrated. Now, see, this is what gets me. They were trying their best to get us to vote for her, but now the truth is out. This is what they were feeling. Look at this. Oh. The Harris campaign reportedly commissioned an internal survey which concluded that Black staff members were frustrated with campaign leaders and felt their ideas were ignored at a rate far higher than their peers. So this is how they were feeling while they were out there telling lies, trying to get us to vote for her. Some complained of outright racial discrimination. The campaign's leadership was made aware of the survey's results, the article says. Staffers were reportedly afraid to leak, and then we just said this, these allegations to the press for fear of ruining future job prospects. The Times cited an all-staff call after the election hosted by Quentin Fawkes. And this is the guy who was blaming Black women and blaming everyone except the Democrats.
Right.
He was a principal deputy campaign manager who allegedly told staffers that talking to the media would hurt their career. So, basically, threatening people, basically, you better not say anything, or you know how it goes. They won't tell you you're blackballed, but you will be. We know how that game goes.
Exactly.
Harris campaign spokeswoman Lauren Hitt reportedly denied that folks had used that language or tone. Listen to this on the call, and said he had instead counseled staff members against saying something in a moment of anger that could come to hurt themselves or the vice president, the Times note. The article features Quentin James, founder of the Collective PAC, a group that focuses on Black elected officials and voters that worked with the Harris campaign, who revealed frantic staff members in Philadelphia, Detroit, and North Carolina, calling him in the final weeks of the race to say they did not have enough money to provide food or water to volunteers. I'm not making this up, folks. This is crazy. Still, Harris campaign leaders seemed in denial about the situation in Philadelphia, the Times wrote. Late on election night, Jen O'Malley Dillon, the campaign chair, wrote an all-staff email saying that the Harris campaign had overperformed turnout expectations there, especially in areas with non-white voters. But it was Trump who overperformed with key demographics in Pennsylvania.
That's right.
Right. improving his numbers in predominantly Black and Latino areas, which helped him win the critical battleground state and ultimately the presidency on election night. Harris, by contrast, netted more than 30,000 less votes in Philadelphia than President Biden did in 2020. Some Democratic operatives and campaign staffers still disagree on whether it was voter outreach that fell short. It's the economy, stupid, with or a lack of relatable messaging by the candidate. So, yeah, and I have a video to share with you. What are your thoughts on that, Blackson? This woman you put in front of us and said was Black is now being accused of discriminating against a Black staffer.
Well, Ms. Lynn, like not only did you say it was the economy, but actually Charlemagne and Anna Kasparin made up a very good point. They ignored the sending in the migrants to the sanctuary cities in the Black neighborhood. They ignored that too. So you got the economy, you got the immigration problem on top of the economy. So yeah, it just it was, man.
Oh my god! Right, Cammy said DEI crashing out. Woo! Right, Cammy. Woo! CJ Parks, I bet Kamala knew that song. 100 bottles of beer on the wall. 100 bottles of beer, better than anyone on the campaign. You get a truth bomb. Chicago Hood. Oh my God. You are a mess. I love it. Hit that like button, folks, if you're enjoying this content. You know,
Isaiah said, what a disgrace. That's all I can say. What about the horrible job that Kamala Harris has done? What about the shame now? The truth is coming out. Man, but Isaiah, the truth been out. But they were trying to get us to ignore it. They were trying to get us to ignore it.
They gaslighted us.
Right. They were trying to pull a fast one on us, but we saw it. But yeah, somehow they wanted you to ignore what was obvious. But yeah.
All right, here we go. You know, I love the way Pink Book Lessons breaks it down. Let's see what she says about this. Oh my God.
And as a woman, there's a balance to be struck between being tough and being a bitch.
You okay? She
drunk already.
Okay.
She drunk already. Yeah.
Turn that off.
I wonder how much of an evil witch Kamala was behind the scenes to her staffers, because you already know for years you had people coming out saying they didn't like working for her, from California to the White House. Well, now you have Black people coming out saying they were mistreated while working for current Queen Kamala. Yeah, you have headlines like this one. Black Kamala Harris staffers allege they face outright racial discrimination from campaign.
All right, we're going to continue watching this video, but I need for everyone in the chat section to tell me what you think. Type your comments and I'll try to keep up. Chicago said, thank God we do not have to listen to that imbecile for 4 years.
Oh yeah,
right.
You got saved. Yeah, thank
right.
you.
Right. Steve says she's a racist, and they're accusing everyone else. Those of you who've been here for a while, like Blackson and I were talking about this before we came on in several videos. Blackson, you remember when I said, if you vote for Kamala Harris, it's like you're voting for the KKK. If you were here, you've been here for a while, and you remember me saying that. I've said it in several videos. Type yes in the comment section for me, please. All right, here we go.
Hey, no wonder why Black staff and supporters had so much animosity towards us. They were being abused over there at the City Girl President's headquarters, but they were too weak to stand up for themselves, to the actual problem. So they redirected their nasty, abusive behavior to other Black people, mostly on social media and in their personal lives. Yeah, if you wonder where that evil demonic spirit was coming from, well, it was coming from the top. Now that the election is long over, these cowards finally want to say something about it. You got all these folks writing articles, having secret meetings.
Look at all these people. Look, these are the people who were trying to gaslight. Everyone in this comment section was too intelligent. But look at the millions of people who she lied and gaslighted. And she's discriminating against her black staffers. And they knew it, but vote blue no matter who, right? Okay, I'll continue.
Making secret interviews, giving intel, and exposing how Kamala treated them. And let me make this clear in my Kamala voice. They're the ones who created this monster. And now they're trying to low-key destroy the monster they created. Remember the first ones out the gate talking about we're going to have the first female president and the first black woman. And let me tell you, I don't think anybody should ever trust these idiots again. Nah, not after they run around calling this Indian woman black. Even after Candace Owens exposed the fake black grandma, the fake black great grandma, the fake black aunties and uncles in Harlem that weren't even related to this scammer at all. Y'all knew all about this and still decided to gaslight us and tell us we better support her because she's black.
Shoot. I grew up. Okay. Blackson, let me get rid of this commercial. What are your thoughts on this? Boy, this is something.
Are you referring to the Candace Owens who busted her out long time ago? Are we talking about not only Candace Owens, but I mean, low key, Janet Jackson busted her out, you know, but Janet Jackson, as you say, she was nice about it.
And she only made one. Janet Jackson stated, she made one statement. I heard she was Indian.
Right.
That's all she said.
That's all it took. But that's all it took, though, Miss Lynn.
That's all.
You got a black woman saying that. You got a black woman that we all grew up with good times, with you remember she's one of the first child actors. Yes, so she's a staple. So if you talk about child actor that's a black woman, she is it. And by her saying, I heard she was it.
She made that one statement, and all of these millions of black Americans attacked her for some cosplaying black woman. You attacked a real black woman for a cosplaying chameleon.
Because you got to understand, by Janet Jackson saying that carried a lot of weight. Even if it don't matter if a black woman says that, black women know what other black women, you know what I'm saying? You know another black woman. So when you say, well, I heard she was that, therefore you discredit her, what they're claiming that she supposedly is. So yeah, that carried a lot of weight. So just that one statement, yeah, it carried a lot of weight, Ms. Lynn.
Oh yeah. And I agree. But like I said, I have so much more respect for Janet Jackson. How you doing, Dr. DC? Hit that like button, folks, if you're enjoying this content.
Well, again, people like D.L. Hughley crashed out for Kamala. Thank you, Cammie. You got to understand that these people, do they have amnesia? Because Kamala went after Michael Jackson, even wanted a picture of his penis. Yeah. Like, what was she going to do with the damn picture of the penis?
Yeah. Yeah, she tried to do her best. She, when people are trying to make a name for themselves, they don't care who they destroy, and we know that's how she operates. So,
right, but but Janet was just supposed to roll over and be, I'm on the Kamala train now. But yeah, this is the same woman that went after my brother. Really? Because that's not what black women do.
Right? She. What a joke! Here we go.
Fact that y'all try to play us like that, I have zero respect for all of you. And I don't want you coming around telling us nothing about nothing.
Nope.
That goes for Angela Rye, Joy Reid, Tamika Mallory, Jamel Hill, Bakari Sellout, D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey, Charlamagne, Ricky Smiley, and especially you low-level rats like Roland Martin and Al Sharpton, literally hustling us, taking money from these people. $350,000, Roland Martin, $500,000, Al Sharpton. You lost all of what little credibility you had. It's over. And Democrats, if you ever want to win an election again, you're going to have to separate yourself from these shills. They are no longer effective. No one is listening to them. And whatever access, resources, or money you give them, it's like flushing cash down the toilet. They're no good.
Nope.
So now you have black Democrat shills, mostly black women behind the scenes. They're now coming out to reporters saying they were outright discriminated against for being black. Yeah, all this while working for their shero, the woman they called the first black this or that, who's not even black at all. Now they're exposing mistreatment by their own leaders they chose for nothing other than their gender or skin color. They're saying these leaders inside their own ranks discriminated against them because they're black. That right there should tell you everything about Kamala Harris and who she really is. Y'all ran around caping for this non-black woman, calling her black, and now we found out her campaign treated you like trash, but y'all don't want to tell nobody before because you didn't want her to lose?
See what I'm saying? So I could not respect anyone. You knew the truth, but you wanted her to, you lied and you deceived the American people because you wanted her to win. And she was discriminating against you, a actual black person. I don't know. Blackson, what are your thoughts? This is deep.
It's not only deep, it's self-hating. It's like, man, this person that mistreated you and you just going to ignore and you expect us to know? Like, what level of self-hatred, what level of self-deception, what level of self disrespect do you have to have in order to push somebody like that? Like, what the heck? What are we talking about?
I'm like, woo.
I know it's deep.
Right. Deep.
You can't make sense of it. You can't make sense of it. But this is the logic of the blue. This is the bottom line. This is the bottom line meaning of vote blue no matter who. No matter who. Even if this person is mistreating you. No matter who. If this person disrespects you. No matter who. This is the underlying meaning of blue no matter who right here. This sums it up, Miss Lynn.
Okay, right. You're black. You're being mistreated.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't make any sense. What the heck? Woo! I'm trying. You forgive me. I'm trying to understand this, but it's just not jiving with me.
No, Miss Lynn.
Tina said it makes no sense. It does not. Chubbs, Don Lemon knew she wasn't black, right? U.S. Army, they're pissing on your leg, but telling you, don't worry, it's right. Oh my God. Is this not deep? Is this not deep?
Yeah, it's deep. It's really, it's heavy.
I'm just saying. One of my favorite songs by Rod Stewart. The first cut is the deepest. Baby, I know. The first cut is the deepest. Oh my God. I can't. I would have given you all of my heart. But there's someone who's torn it apart. Oh my God.
Bobcat said you can't make sense out of nonsense. That is so true.
And they've taken just all that I had. If you want, I'll try to love again. Oh, I can't. Baby, I'll try to love again, but I know. Woo! Let me play this. I'll play some more of the video. I'm trying to gather my thoughts. That's why I'm singing, trying to calm down. Here we go.
This is also proof that y'all are just as evil as she is. Yes. You're willing to dance with the devil in order to get an invite to the party. Y'all want to be at the Kamala Harris, Meg Thee Stallion, and Glorilla party so bad, you will not only disrespect other black people, but you're willing to take mistreatment and disrespect yourself just to have the opportunity to rub elbows with this lady. This is so silly. All of y'all should be ashamed of yourselves right now. Now, according to the New York Times, the post-election autopsy on the city girl of President Kamala Harris's failed campaign included a survey in which some of her black staff members complained of outright racial discrimination. Many of those staffers, in fact, felt that their ideas were ignored at a rate far higher than their peers. The story details an operation by some campaign staffers who ignored directives from the top and took matters into their own hands after feeling frustrated by the campaign's lack of sufficient effort to reach voters of color in Philadelphia. Many staff members felt that Philadelphia's racially diverse neighborhoods were ignored, adding that black campaign staff members and political operatives said campaign leadership dismissed concerns that Democrats were taking their base for granted. As the election drew closer, the frustration with campaign leadership on the issue reached a boiling point. That's according to more than 30 staffers interviewed by the Times. So yeah, they were behind the scenes kicking and yelling for attention, and at the same time coming to black folks on the grassroots to take all their anger out on. And guess who else was listed in the article? None other than crybaby Angela Stell Rybread. You know, this delusional, foolish woman right here who lost every little bit of credibility she had just to fight for her curry queen Kamala.
So remember, we were talking about her earlier. For those of you just coming in, please go ahead and hit that like button if you're enjoying this content.
So was she or was she not a part of the Breakfast Club? Or she not? I'm confused.
She's a podcaster, but I think, you know how even when you're a podcaster, you go on other people's platforms or whatever.
Okay. So I got it confused then. So who's part of the Breakfast Club? Charlemagne and then that one DJ guy?
I don't look at the Breakfast Club. I know Charlemagne, but I don't know. I don't look anything they do. I've never watched because, like I said, it's all left-leaning crap. But yeah, Rob Cat, I enjoy hearing the Rollins topical hit. Thank you, Rob. I'm trying, dear. But yeah, she was upset, and Angela, catch her in the rye. Oh, yes, Badgerton, catch her in the rye, one of the best ever. All right, here we go.
This isn't that. That's not the point. All I'm saying is this: we can go off the cliff.
It is the point. It is absolutely the point.
Well, let me hear Andrew. Let me hear what you have to say, Andrew.
You can go off the cliff and never, ever get power again.
Now, the New York Times revealed that after Kamala the Cosplay Chameleons lost, Angela Rye pulled together all the Black staffers so they can get on a call and complain. I don't know, maybe they had an Angela cry session, but at some point during their conversation, they shared their anger with Angela Rye, mainly about how the campaign treated them and how underfunded their field operations have been in several battleground states.
And has to be challenged. There are Black staff who are part of the organizing community, part of canvassing, challenge paid canvassers, challenge whether or not this was the right tactic, said they didn't have the resources. Jasmine, who was the state director in Florida, Andrew, I sent you her her Twitter thread earlier. She goes in about how much they had to rely on outside resources because they couldn't get any resources from the campaign because the campaign had pretty much given up on Florida. The sad part is, y'all, that is not a Florida unique story. Mm-hmm. It is the story of every battleground.
Okay, and I have no respect for her because had she won, had you convinced enough people to vote for her, you knew what was going on. So again, all of these Democratic shields need to be canceled because they will lie and gaslight, and they know things are wrong.
But I think what Angela is saying, though, Ms. Lynn, is that these were the type of the complaints that were brought forth to Kamala, and Kamala just completely ignored it.
Oh, I understand what she's saying.
Yeah, I understand. I
am angry that, again, they knew that she was discriminating against them. What kind of self-worth do you have? You let someone discriminate against you, and you're going to lead me to, this is who you're telling me to vote for, and they're crooked as two left shoes. You understand what I'm saying, Blackson?
Yep.
I understand. But now, since, again, had she won, it would be all smiles.
Okay. So U.S. Army and Cammie, they corrected it. So they said that she was a reoccurring guest, and then Cammie says Black Angela was a heavy on CNN, and she. That's.
She's a podcaster, so she goes here and there everywhere.
Okay, so she's a little everywhere. Okay, got you. Because
she's a podcaster.
Yeah. So
all I'm saying is, all of these shields, again, Pink Book lessons, put all of them up. All of them need to be canceled because they all knew what was going on, but they were still who were they still telling us to vote for? I don't recall any of them changing, saying don't vote for her. Do you, Blackson?
No.
Okay.
Rolling with it, yeah.
Who did they continue to tell us to vote for?
The Curry Queen.
Okay, I'll continue.
State director, and that has to be discussed. They spent so much time and effort in ensuring that these large, rich, white consultants would keep their share, could even potentially get bonuses off of a loss, but wouldn't get these folks the dollars they needed to get signs on the ground, to get folks on the ground knocking on doors.
some of these black staffers that Angela pulled together, they also whined about how Kamala didn't hire enough black people. Or
now again,
it sounds like
the first time we're hearing this. I will go back, Blackson, and see the video we did. Remember the field office person in Philadelphia, the older white gentleman. He said the same thing that they're saying. The exact same thing. So everyone's not lying on the Curry Queen. Black and white agree. So I love it. Unity. Woo! Go ahead, Blackson.
No, I would just say I got distracted by her canine. Man, that is a mean canine right there. You see that in that picture?
Yeah, it's
golly. Ooh, that's that don't even look human. But anyway, yeah.
Right, Chuck.
It sounds like what Angela is saying is that the people, the black staffers, they all were trying to get strategies together, but it almost sounds like Kamala not only knew she was going to lose, but like she wasn't even trying. That's what it sounds like. And it sounds like Angela was frustrated by that.
Let me explain, particularly in the high black and brown areas.
Mm-hmm.
And what's that part comes before the fall? I already got this. Remember when RFK went to her before he went to Trump, he went to her first.
He sure did. Sure did.
No, we're good. So,
that look like a tiger scoop.
Yeah. So her pride is pride. That's why pride is one of the 7 deadly sins. Steve said this woman's a race pimp.
Yes.
Right. CJ, not only about her race, she also lied about who her grandmother was. CJ, everything was a lie. Exactly. Oh, God. Let me continue.
Oh, Cammie said Trump derangement syndrome is real. You will discriminate against your own self on this type of level to keep Trump out of the White House.
That's what they did. Tina said, I agree with Miss Rowe. That's what they did. How you doing? Nobody cares. That's exactly what they did. So Blackson, that would be like someone discriminating against me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to give you a scenario because this makes no sense. But I'm telling you, come on over here with me. I say I'm working for a place, and I mean I'm being discriminated against like you would not believe. But I'm like, come on, Blackson, it's wonderful over here. And then you get over there like, Roland, what were you talking about? We're going through this, and you're going to be looking at me like I'm crazy. And you're going to be like, why did you tell me these lies? And now I left a lucrative job to come over here and deal with this.
That's why you got to do the research for yourself.
Better. Nobody cares. How are you, love? Nobody cares says, hello, Roland Black. Okay. Hello. Badgerton, where are we? Chubb. She got her pride from her true father, Satan. Truth bomb. That's what chameleons do. Change colors. That's right, Rob. Here we go.
Enough Latinos. These 30 black staff members, they got on the call with the Times and told them campaign offices in Philadelphia were filthy and lacked basic supplies like chairs, cleaning products, and printers. Some campaign offices targeting predominantly black communities were moved to upscale areas far from the areas they were designed to serve. These black staffers went on to complain about outright racial discrimination. But get this, they were reportedly too afraid to leak these allegations to the press for fear of destroying their future job prospects.
Yep.
Okay, so why y'all talking now? Is it that you finally see the writing on the wall? Or did you accept the fact that you lost and you probably won't have another opportunity to be with a winning team for a while? Nope. Is that it?
That's right.
So Angela Rye and these black staffers, they said they had a call after the election. It was hosted by Quentin Fulks, one of the guys in upper management at the Kamala campaign. They claim Quentin told these staffers that talking to the media will hurt their careers.
And I'm sure he didn't say it like that. You know, there was some pressure applied.
Some arm twisting. You know, some arm twisting going on.
We know how it goes. Hit that like button, folks, if you're enjoying this. Share this on your various forms of social media, please. Thank you so much. How you doing, Sergeant King? How are you, love? Tina said if she had a one, it wouldn't be saying a word. Right. Where are we here? Okay, I'll continue.
The Times reached out to a Harris campaign spokeswoman who denied that Quinton had, quote, used that language or tone on the call. She said that instead, Quinton counseled the staff members against saying something in a moment of anger that could come to hurt themselves or the vice president. So yeah, they like, y'all better get back in line and protect this cosplaying chameleon like Van Jones and Ben Crump told you to do.
Is protect her. We have to protect her.
This same article featured another Quinton James, the founder of the Collective PAC. Quinton said frantic staff members in Philadelphia, Detroit, and North Carolina called him in the final weeks of the race to say they didn't have enough money to provide food or water to volunteers.
Oh, wow.
They went okay, did you hear that?
Yep, heard it loud and clear, Miss Lynn.
Okay, so
that just shows you how much of a you give about your staffers.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Even give them a bottle of water. A case of water is only 24 cases, only like what $5-6? Come on.
You can go to Walmart, Sam's.
Sam's Club. That's right.
Blackson, I told you, and several videos, and the people in the chat will attest to it. If you vote for Kamala, it's like voting for the KKK. This cosplaying black woman brought back slavery. She had people out here working; they weren't being paid. She wouldn't even feed or give them water.
Yeah, but at least in slavery, they feed and fed their slaves.
Well, it's the worst of the worst. She didn't feed or give them water. You're right. It's worse.
It's worse. Yeah.
Oh my! You can't make this up. Woo! Oh my God! Sergeant King said she saw them as slaves. Yes, in pawns.
Again,
minions.
Slaves get paid. I mean, slaves get food and water.
She didn't even do that.
Slaves get food and water.
Ooh, let me see.
Slaves fed.
This is our review. I hope you're enjoying it, but I have to keep stopping it because it's unbelievable. Here we go.
Around bragging about how they raised all this money, almost $1.5 billion, and they couldn't feed or give water to their volunteers. The ones hitting the pavement, knocking the doors. The Times went on to write, still, Harris campaign leaders seemed in denial about the situation in Philadelphia. According to the paper, on election night, Jen O'Malley Dillon, the campaign chair, wrote an all-staff email saying that the Harris campaign had, quote, overperformed turnout expectations there in Pennsylvania, especially in the areas with non-white voters. And side note, this is hilarious, by the way.
So this is one of the people pushing those lies. They need to definitely cancel her.
Who is that again?
Jen O'Malley Dillon. You see her picture up? I paused it so you can see.
Mm-hmm.
She was ahead. How you doing, Flack? Give me a break. Here we go.
Already know this one right here is a whole liar. Jen wouldn't take any accountability at all. She even tried to blame reporters in the media when they did nothing but give Kamala 95% to 100% positive coverage in the mainstream media, even though she hid from the media for 40 days and 40 nights. And when they finally started speaking to reporters, they only chose incompetent people or outright shills to give cover for Kamala. I'm talking about people who were just as incompetent as Kamala herself. Now, here's one who actually admitted what we already knew. Kellen White, a senior advisor to the Harris campaign in Pennsylvania, said this campaign did more in Philadelphia to reach Black and Latino voters than any campaign has done in a long time. Kellen said the issue is not that we didn't knock on these doors. We knocked on a ton of doors. The problem was the message itself didn't connect. And that's what we as a party need to spend our time and energy on, trying to understand why when we knocked these doors, what we had to say didn't resonate with enough voters. And there it is. That's the bottom line. You had no policies or no agenda that resonated with the people. For at least the first 60 days, y'all wanted us to pledge our vote for this woman because you told us she was.
Okay, I'm pausing this so everyone can see who we need to cancel. Okay. Can you see it, Blackson?
Yeah, Harvey canceled himself by leaving the country. So
all right. So
he did that favor for us.
All right, those in the chat that don't know, we're going to go down the line. Right here, we all know who he is. D.L. Hughley. He has a morning show. Right here, Ricky Smiley, who told black people make me sick.
Make me sick. Don't y'all know Donald Trump is going to do mass deportation?
Charlamagne, right here. This is right here.
Okay. Well, Charlamagne's trying to flip the script now. He's trying to flip the script.
I have no respect for him. I don't either. But he's trying to. But then next election cycle, he'll be right back where he started. That's how
exactly right. Yeah, exactly.
I have nothing for him. Steve Harvey. I'm still watching. What's his name? Richard Drive. The Family Feud. Richard Dawson. I never looked at Family Feud with Steve Harvey, and I won't start now. So these are the people, all of these people, in addition to many others, need to be canceled.
Well, hold on, Ms. Lynn. Before we cancel Steve Harvey, can somebody in the chat tell me where Steve Harvey is?
He was in Africa, so he left the country. They said he was on that list, so he's I don't know. He's on the run.
Yeah, I just was wondering. Okay.
Tina, I'm American Native Indian Chippewa, and I love the black people, all America. Yes, Tina, we love you too, dear. Everyone here of all races and ethnicities, good common sense. Yes. Woo! Flack said he's promoting Africa. He's in Ghana. Yeah, I knew he was in Africa somewhere.
Okay. All okay. Right. Thank you.
How you doing, Trish? Everyone that's here, go ahead and hit that like button for us, folks. We're glad you are here. If you're watching, you've been watching, and you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Cat Williams said that Ricky Smiling acting is only good when he's dressed like an old lady. Cammy?
Yeah, Cat Williams did say that. Yep.
Yeah, when he was dressed up like that old woman. Exactly. And so that's where we are. How you doing, Malik?
Yeah. CJ Park said he's hanging out with Ellen.
Yeah, and again, folks, how you doing, Donna? Let's cancel all of these people. I mean, this is so, to me, disheartening. All of these people, those of you just coming in, we're pretty much done with the video, and I read some off of the Fox website. But this is sad that these people, these black staffers, and then Angela Rye, the podcaster, they were all talking about how they, as black staffers, were discriminated against, but they were out here trying to get us to vote for someone who was discriminating against them. Make it make sense. The party of diversity, equity, and inclusion is discriminating against black people. Yep. Oh my God. Trish, how are you? Okay, let this finish. Oh my God.
Was black. Then y'all spent a record billions with a B of campaign money and PAC money trying to program us to go along with whatever you wanted instead of giving the people what they wanted. It's very simple. But no, y'all made it hard trying to manipulate and deceive people. And guess what? It backfired on y'all big time. As for the black staffers running around whining behind the scenes with Angela bitter stale rye bread, will they learn their lesson? Or will they come back out in a couple of years and run the same play again on us? It's very obvious they don't have these jobs to really represent or do anything for black people. They have these jobs to enrich themselves. Yep. How do you know? Because they went around trying to convince black people that the most important issue to us was termination rights.
Yep.
Like, are you crazy? So yeah, we already know they're compromised and they're willing to do anything to be in the sorority, the club, including being treated poorly and hazed.
Yeah.
See, when you're that desperate for money and perceived power, you really can't be trusted by no one. And quiet as it's kept, that's why the DNC is treating them so bad. They literally witness how y'all treat your own people on behalf of them. And deep down, they don't have no respect for y'all not having a backbone and taking crumbs from them to disrespect and undermine the black community. Yeah, they see all this. So no, I don't feel sorry for none of them. They haven't learned yet. They're just once again trying to use black grievances to get their way. So no, get it off your own muscle and leave us out of it. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started.
Yeah, this is very disheartening. And we've been saying it. All they're doing is grabbing their crumbs and their checks, right? You're being mistreated and discriminated against. But I don't hear anything about it. You have to come vote for Kamala. The best thing since sliced bread. How you doing, Elizabeth? What about Steve Harvey radio show? I'm not sure, Elizabeth, because I don't listen to any of these people. Every once in a while, years ago, I would listen to Steve. He would do a morning prayer, but that was years ago. I have nothing for any of those people.
Well, Elizabeth, can you fill us in on it? Because I don't listen to his show, but is it live? Where is his location?
It's normally live.
Okay. So well, I know you hadn't listened to it, Lynn, in a while. So I was wondering maybe Elizabeth can kind of inform us. That's why I asked the chat, where is he?
Trish said, cancel. Right. I hope and pray, since this is some next level deceitfulness.
Somebody said Steve Harvey is going to be the next Black Tarzan.
Make it make sense, folks. So, those of you just coming in, Donna said, when you go against your own, how could you think you would be respected? Donna, exactly. That's why the Democrats don't respect them. They know you sell out your own people so you can keep your checks coming. Yep. They don't respect you. You're idiots. That's what they are. They know you, as long as you keep your checks, you're happy. Mm-hmm. So, Trish, I agree. Cancel all of them. And Stafford said again, they didn't have basics, tables, chairs, printers. How were they supposed to get make the flyers? Go to Staples and pay for it with their own money? That's right. They couldn't pay with their own money because remember, they went for months without paying them. Yep. What are they supposed to do? Go to Office Max? And Kamala wasted billions of dollars. Oh my God. Sergeant King, all on purpose. Yes, divine 9 lies. Lifetime slaves. You got it, Sergeant King. Yeah, I don't feel sorry for any of them. And now the joke is on them. Uh-oh. Right? Go ahead, Blacks.
Nana is saying, I am wondering why Oprah, Steve, and Roland won't help pay her debt.
They could.
We've talked about that. Ms. Roland. You know how I feel about that.
I know.
Even though I don't endorse Oprah, Steve, definitely not Butt Cheeks Martin, we understand that they're taking payola for the hit that's coming, like the hit they saw Taylor Swift take. It's right there. Taylor Swift took a big hit because a lot of her her fan base were Trump supporters. So the rest of them were like, oh, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. We don't know who supports us and who supports Trump.
Yep.
Who supports us, who supports Kamala. So you're going to have to pay me to take this incoming hit that Taylor Swift took. Because, Taylor Swift took a big hit. They had Swifties for Trump. That's how big that was. Swifties for Trump.
Yourself. Right. Tina, Sergeant King said, where's Oprah? She's somewhere looking bad. Sergeant Tina, you reckon they're going to remember this in 4 years when it's time for another election? I'm saying, folks, we need to remember all of these people. Don't listen to all of these people.
They couldn't even remember Kamala went after Michael Jackson and expected Janet Jackson to forget. Like, well, yeah, of course, man, please.
Nope.
But yeah, Tina, that's a good question.
Excellent question. If you're enjoying this content, folks, please go ahead, hit that like button, share this on your various forms of social media. So again, she lost because she neglected the base. Now we see in more ways than one. This has been a pattern with the Curry Queen. This is how she operates. And with her last campaign, if you go back when she was running before Tulsi Gabbard tore her a new one, it was the same. If you go back, there were grumblings then of how poorly she treated people. No one can get along with that woman. She didn't treat her people right. There was dissension in that campaign. So it's bad management. 101 people. This is nothing new to see here. Jive Turkey, how are you? I love that name. The black delegation of the state of Alabama has banished Ricky Smiley. Jive Turkey, let's banish all of them. Sherry, how are you doing, love? I love Family Feud. However, I will never watch it again with him hosting it. I will only watch the old versions with any of the old hosts. Sherry, I'm a Generation Xer, and I refuse. I'm stuck in a time warp, dear. I admit. I always, even the new Price is Right. I don't look at anything new. The Price is Right. If I look at it, it's still Bob Barker. I don't like change. When I look at the Family Feud, I need to see Richard Dawson kissing on everybody. That's what I love.
Beverly White makes a good point. She says, I think the presidential campaign was a money grab for them. I agree.
Money grab.
So less people as possible, like Miss Lee and Angela here, and just, roll with it.
Oh, and Amuna said, Candace Owens was on that. Yes. Amuna, yes. Woo. Beverly said it was a money grab.
It was.
And, she cannot manage people. That has been proven. Everything is being exposed. Have you guys noticed?
She can't even manage herself with the bottle. What are you talking about?
Right. But I'm saying, have you noticed since the election, it's trickling out slowly but surely. It's something new every day. Oh my! And I love it. I mean, you can't make this up, folks. This Indian woman pretending to be a black woman, mistreated, discriminated against her black staffers. Now she's not a Republican. She's a Democrat. The party of diversity, equity, and inclusion.
But again, we had been called this out, Miss Lynn. We've been called this out.
Woo! This is. Are we in the twilight zone? Am I stepping into the twilight zone? Okay, I'm going back to the 80s again. But yeah,
it's more like Outer Limits.
Outer Limits. No, you didn't go Outer Limits on me. Get out of here. I love it. But yeah, this is, I don't know. This is some next level evil. This is hitting hard. I'm being very serious. This is some next level evil.
Well, like she said, it was a money grab. It was a money grab. It's now all coming into play now. It's like, oh, okay. And the people at the top was like, we're going to grab as much money as we can. And all the little drone workers like Angela here and Miss Lee were just campaigning their hearts out and didn't even know they were being played.
And they would wait a minute, and trying to play us, but who got played? Who was played in the end?
Well, they didn't. I don't think. Look at Angela's face. I don't think she realized she was being played. I honestly believe. Well,
I mean, this is what I'm saying. You knew the true Kamala Harris, but you were selling her to us.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right.
Mm-hmm. But in the end, you were played. Okay. You're the ones doing all this work and we're not paid. You're the ones who had to get GoFundMes so you could pay your bill. So you tried to play us, but who was played in the end? All these people that that allowed themselves to be used and abused, to be, as they said, discriminated against. Prince said, "You told Harpo to beat me." Woo! Prince also said, "Tell the Diddycrats to bootlick." Oh, no Diddy. Oh my God. So again, you tried to bamboozle the American people, but in the end, who was fooled, Blackson?
They were.
Okay. You tried to fool us into voting for this person who we didn't know. We knew some.
We weren't even going for the fake polls. That's how we were. We weren't even going on the fake, man. We were like, man, come on, that is not real.
Hey!
To Rasmussen report. Yeah, we were not even buying them dang fake polls.
No. Mm-mm. And remember, again, we did videos on this. Remember, Kamala, those of you just coming in, hit that like button for me, please. Thank you so much. Kamala and her husband, after they lost, where were they? They weren't trying to figure out a way to pay all these people who some haven't been paid in months, plural.
That's because that falls on Lindy Lee. It don't fall. Well, I guess it falls on Lindy Lee.
And you're the leader. It falls on you. She was in Hawaii.
She's not acting like it's falling on her.
It never does. It's never her fault. She was in Hawaii with her husband at that $1,300 a night. What was it? A $7 million resort. Okay. While your people are out here with no money, no way of legitimately paying their bills. You should have been out here trying to say, hey, I'm sorry this has happened. Let me see what I can do. That's what leaders are supposed to do. Cat Williams is the king of 2024. He said everyone will be exposed. Yes, Cammy. Yes. I love it. Tina, when she first started mistreating, and they should have been out of there. Right, Tina? But they were in a cult, and they still are, unfortunately. If these people had any wits about themselves or any sense, more than 2 brain cells, now is your time to flee the Democratic Party. Rob Cat, no honor among thieves.
Right. Yep, that's right.
Rob Cat, before me and Blackson get jumped on, I was watching Gunsmoke, and these thieves had robbed a bank, and they were good friends. When it was time for them to part, they split the money. One started riding off. What did the other one do? Boom, pew, pew. And 2 slugs in the back because he wanted all the money. So there is no honor among thieves. Never. Right, CJ? Trump staff never had a check bounce. But see, like what the old people used to say, if you don't do right, right won't follow you. And that's a very true statement. Amuna, Kamala had the nerve to come back from Hawaii and showed up at DC kitchen cleaning collard greens. I can't with her. And so, again, when her staffers were laid off, no money coming in, and had to start that GoFundMe, a true leader would have said, hey, let me see what I can do to help you. I don't know. I'm not going to make any promises, but let me see if I can help. That's all I'm saying, folks.
Yeah, Cammy,
show that you're trying.
Yeah, Cammy said, don't forget the hurricane victims are still struggling and trying to find their dead loved ones.
Yeah. And Cammy, I live here in North Carolina, so you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, and it's very hard to do with only $700 if you get approved, Cammy.
Yeah, it's $750, and then you have to pay that back. And with everything being knocked out, how the heck are they supposed to, So it's a mess. Chubbs, but watch Kamala in the near future. She's broke now, but she will be living in Martha's Vineyard in Richmond. Oh yeah, she has a plan for her and hers. But what about all these staffers that weren't paid? And so again, I think who said it earlier? U.S. Army retired. I will side with you on this. Sorry, not sorry. I don't feel sorry for these people anymore.
I never did.
When Blackson and I did the video when they weren't paid and they couldn't pay their bills, they had to go fund me. But now that I see this next level of deception and evil, they were treated like trash, and according to them, they were discriminated against, but they still lied and gaslighted the American people so we would vote for her. Blackson, did I get it in a nutshell?
Yeah, you definitely got it in a nutshell. And again, I don't feel sorry for the people because they clearly should have saw how she handled the border. It's just that simple. That's the one major job that Joe Biden assigned her to was border czar.
She didn't do that.
She flipped that up badly. That is the worst border catastrophe in our American history. And you you trust this lady? So no, they deserve what they get. I don't want to be so harsh, but come on now. You know that lady was no good when she jacked up our border. Hell.
Right. Right. Trish, Cam's family owned slaves. She was never going to pay her black support staff. She sees them as less than. Trish.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. You're not, in her eyes, they're not on the same level as she is.
Right.
Facts. I mean, did you guys in the chat section, the comment section tonight, you are nailing it. You are nailing it. Applause. Just woke up from a nap. Man, we're glad you're here. Everyone hit the like button. Tina, I don't feel sorry for him to start with. I was just hoping we would win. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, Tina. U.S. Army. She showed what she thought of the people when she failed to show up on election night when she knew she lost.
That's right.
Army.
Yeah.
U.S. Army. I did a video on that where she left those people out there for 6+ hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then she didn't go. She never goes. She always sends a surrogate.
She was too drunk. She was too drunk to stand up.
Woo! Amuna. But she thought if she let them in, they would vote for her. But that came back to bite her. They didn't show up for her, but they got what they wanted. Okay, Amuna, good point. Good point. Good point. But see, Amuna, and that's what I was thinking. I said that in a prior video. I feel Philadelphia being largely black and brown, she would probably felt, she was good. I don't have to, invest a lot there. I have their vote anyway. And boy, oh boy, was she wrong. Woo! Jeffrey said now she's at the bar. Woo! I can't. This is hilarious. Cammy, J.D. Vance, better VP than Kamala. He went down there and he's helping out the best he can. He's not even in office yet. Yeah, Cammy, things are 100 times better, and Trump hasn't even stepped foot in the White House to start doing anything. I mean, just he went there to shake old Creepy Joe's hand, but to actually go and start, getting to work. Mayor says she went home and beat her husband. She should have beat herself. And you would think with all her failures that she would start treating people better. But again, folks, go back. This is a pattern. This is nothing new. U.S. Army, I don't think you were here when I did that video, but as we're talking, Blackson, tell me your thoughts on that. I'm going to find that video and share it with U.S. Army.
Well, what I think, with Kamala, being I mean, it's like almost like where was it? India that started the whole caste system?
Yeah, India,
right?
They do have a caste system there,
and they still have a caste system, do they not?
Yep.
Okay. So with this caste system, you have your subjects, and you believe that they are less than you, and so it's like no matter how much harm I do to you, you're supposed to look up to me. That's how the caste system works, And so it's a disgusting system as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. And you're right. And so all I have to say is, Blake James, how you doing, love? Let me, U.S. Army retired. I just dropped a link. I did a video on that. She didn't have the human decency to go out. And those people I felt so bad. Those people were out there crying at the devastating loss the shellacking she had just received. She would not go out there.
So yes. Blake James, are you talking about they would have just got symbolism? We got symbolism with Obama, and we see how that turned out for us.
Right.
I mean, but I think the issues were too heavy, James. The issues of the economy and the issues of the sanctuary cities. So you got migrants not only coming where your daughter plays in the gymnasium, but now the schools, and now you got to step over these people. Now these people are housed, you're paying for it. So those are some heavy issues, and that symbolism wasn't worth it. That's what I think James. I don't think the symbolism was worth it. So it was too much. Like I said, the economy and then the migrants, that was enough. Like I said, just the migrants alone where we played that video on here. I don't know, James, you got to look back. Blake James, you look back and there was a migrant saying, "You too lazy. No more money for you. You lazy." This was a Hispanic dude. Barely could speak English. We were telling black people there, "Y'all lazy."
In Chicago.
Yeah, in Chicago, right. In the sanctuary city. So you got this guy.
And he got that from the Democrats.
Right. Who told him we were lazy?
That man didn't know anything about what Black Americans were doing in Chicago. So who do you think told them that? The Democrats.
Right. And I don't mean
the Party of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion.
Right.
U.S. Army retired. Okay, you did that link that I just dropped for you, love. Check that out. We talked about. I mean, that was terrible.
It was.
I mean, I felt bad for those people were out there crying like their world was over. She didn't have the human decency to go out there. Mm-hmm. Oh wow. I just Jeffrey, that's why she tried to preach that crap that we have to all be the same. You make too much, take it from you, give it to the Lord. Yeah. Socialism, Marxism, and all communism, that's what they all support. Where are we here?
James said, I agree. They are pitting special interest groups against each other. But Blake James, a lot of people woke up like immediately. Yeah. Immediately. When she came out and you had Trump so smooth with the policies, he was like, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on security. She came out, was like, because I guess people were hammering about policies. She's like, no tax on tips. And I'm like, but you just said you were going to cut Trump's tax cuts. You were going to start going up on taxes another 40%. But now you want to scream, oh, no tax on tips. Man, get out of here, woman. Get out of here.
Pinky, how you doing, love? What I want to know is why that illegal was saying you lazy to the women and no American man spoke up. Yeah. And he got that from the Democrats. And the sad part is, he was using you, and you know Prosperity. She's been on here a few times. Mm-hmm. She's there putting in the work, trying to fight for her home, fight for her property, and he's saying that, and they're using her tax money to take care of him. And
can I add to that, Mr.
You're lazy. No more money for you, and she's the one giving him money.
Can I add to that?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Because the black people knew those migrants are protected. You put a hand on a migrant, you go to jail. And that's through the Biden administration. Right. So, yeah, them black people knew the ins and outs of that whole thing. So, no, they would have been a lose-lose situation. Because, wait. We're kicking out Americans to house these people. So, these people were protected. Not that I agree with it, but yeah, they knew what time it was.
They knew what time it was. And you see even the police in New York that were bitten and beaten by these migrants. Biden already told them, you better not touch those people. So they've been essaying people and robbing people, beating people. Nothing has happened. If any of us as Americans try that, well, clink, clink, we're going downtown.
Yeah.
They'll see us in court. Mm-hmm. Hit that like button, folks, if you're enjoying this content. Pinky, an American man should have still spoken up. Yeah. Again, it's a no-win situation, but I thank God, Tom Homan and President Trump, they're going to ship these people out, and all these Americans who are saying they can't find jobs, you better be right in line trying to get you a job. What did they call it? They were picking on Trump. Trump said black jobs, and they try, he racist, all of that crap. He's just talking about just jobs. So a lot of jobs are going to open up for black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whoever. So you need to be there to get these jobs because he's going to get these people out of here. Yes, January 20th, Sergeant King.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, CJ. Blackson and I'll be talking about that tomorrow. As a matter of fact, Prosperity called me twice, but I go to bed with the chickens. I was asleep. and I need to call her back. And yeah, Tom Holman was there.
Oh,
and yeah, he
we gotta talk about that. Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. Oh, this is gonna be a good one.
He met those people. Said, "Hey, please come here down to Chicago." And Tom Holman went right down there, and he met with them. Yes, he did.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Oh man, I hate I missed that, but yeah, we definitely. Oh, it's gonna be fire, y'all. Don't miss that show tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be on tomorrow evening, and it will be fire. And like I said, I'll probably call Prosperity later because I know that's what when she was calling me last night. I was asleep, but I'm sure that's what she was trying to tell me. But she did text me some videos. But yeah, I love it. Peacetime, she was the deciding vote in the Congress that instituted tax on yeah, peacetime.
Exactly right.
And don't forget, they weaponized the IRS against us middle class and working class Americans to come and get more of our tax money to give non-American citizens.
Peacetime. I'm gonna tell you like this, peacetime. Let's say 2028 comes, right? If they have a primary, Kamala is going to get smoked in the primaries. If they have a proper primary, she's going to get smoked. So
she will. Yeah, and she will.
Gonna get smoked. Yeah, because all they were doing, Miss Lynn, was taking notes during the whole time. These people that want to run in 2028, they were just writing notes. You go have Mr. Shapiro throw under the bus. You're gonna have Gavin Newsom throw under the bus. You're gonna have AOC throw under the bus. You're gonna have all types of Democrats. John Fetterman, if you don't become MAGA, he's gonna throw under the bus. They are going to thrash Kamala Harris if they have a primary. If they have a legit primary,
and I think that's why they let her come out drunk because she was out running for governor of Canada. They were like, we done with you. Woo! Oh my!
I believe goddamn Gavin Newsom was the one that gave it alcohol. Turn the camera on.
Or Nancy Pelosi.
Have a drink. No, because Nancy Pelosi would have got drunk with her. No, you need somebody sober.
Well, no, Nancy just shared some of her booze with her. You know how it goes. Woo! Oh my God! Unrealized tax. She wanted to. Yeah. I doubt it, U.S. Army. Pinky just said that Prosperity, Zoe, and my channel is going to be featured on another channel tomorrow. So, cool. Tell me where that is, Pinky, so we can jump on. Cam won't be governor. No, no. I think the Dems are done with her, and now as we see every day something's coming out, they're done with her.
Okay, I got to answer. U.S. Army retired. He said, "Will Kamala come out wearing a MAGA hat?" No, because she's a communist. Yeah, she's a communist. U.S. Army. She's a straight up commie. So yeah, that doesn't mix. MAGA and communism don't mix.
No,
but she might get drunk enough and do it. Hey, I'm not saying it's impossible, but her underlining policies all socialistic.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought, Blackson and I will do a video. Tom Holman, and like I said, Prosperity texted some videos to me, but he went down and he met with Danny C and some of the other Flip Go Red. He went down and he met with the people, some of the people who have been on this show.
Okay.
Tom Holman met with them. He went to Chicago and met with them. And
yeah, that's going to be good.
Yes. So we definitely will be talking about that. Mm-hmm. Yes, Kamala's done. Back to McDonald's. Robcat. McDonald's won't even claim her.
Yeah, McDonald's, you're right about that.
Okay, U.S. Army retired. You're fine, dear. For black.
Oh no, sarcasm. No. I was just, no, you good, U.S. Army, man. We having a good time, but man.
We're good.
Hey, but if you give her enough alcohol, she might do anything, though. U.S. Army. So, hey.
Oh, yeah. Pinky, drop the channel link below, dear. So we can jump on. Thank you, dear. Christopher, how are you? Good afternoon. What about Black Lives Matter? About the outcome of the trial about the military man? Christopher, Black Lives Matter may as well be defunct. No one with more than 2 brain cells is listening to these people. They are race hustlers. They have taken, they're just an extended arm of the Democratic Party. They have taken millions of dollars and purchased mansions for the women who started it are living well. But you're talking about Black Lives Matter. They've done nothing for impoverished Black Americans. So that's another Ponzi scheme. Okay, for what? It's a money grab. Yeah. That's all it is. I told Blackson I was happy with the outcome because I did my research, and I've lived in New York, and you have all kinds of crazies on the train that people deal with on a regular basis, and it's scary. More Black jobs. Peacetime, more Black jobs from Tom Holman and ICE. That's what I'm saying. People better get in line. People that can't find jobs, you don't have any excuses now. They're getting, and what's the lady, the representative in California, Black lady? She's been in power for.
Maxine Waters.
No, not Mad Max, the other lady. I can't call. I watched a video on her. She's saying that LA is going to grind to a halt because Trump is going to deport millions of people. So who's been doing all this work? The illegals. So again, Democrats are just like they were during slavery. They didn't want slavery to end. They don't want their slavery to end. Don't take their people. Thank you, Sergeant Bass. Yes, that's her name. She said that, that LA cannot run without the migrants. Well, we'll see. So now they're calling for Black, Hispanic people to come to LA to get jobs, because when January 20th, jobs will be plentiful. Thank you so much, Sergeant, because I looked at a video earlier about that. Hit that like button, folks. We're almost at 80 likes. I love it. Karen Bass, thank you. Yes, I watched the video on her earlier. Silly. And again, just like Democrats in slavery time, they don't want their slaves. They didn't want their slaves to go. They don't want these illegals to go. Oh, wow. With the illegals gone from California, they might get a revenue surplus. Yes, you're going to have less people using gas, food, less people needing housing. This is a win for American, the American consumer. Yes. Sherry, Danny is going to start a new podcast where she's going to pull a name out of a hat, and whoever's name she pulls out of his administration is who she's going to expose that night. Friday at 6. Okay, Sherry. Pinky, Karen Bass is married to a Mexican, and she raised his Mexican daughters. She's for them. Okay, Pinky.
Right.
All right. CJ, all the welders and the machinists are going to have jobs once the drilling. So yes, there are plenty of jobs. I'm even telling my students, are interested in law enforcement. This border situation, they're going to need plenty of officers. Cammie said, facts, Rollins. New York isn't called the jungle for no reason. You better be careful on certain trains. Cammie, exactly. And I did my research. And I even told Blackson we need to do a video on this Saturday. There was a Black man. I was telling you about it earlier, Blackson. Now, this white man, Daniel Penny, they were trying to, get him for manslaughter, right? This Black man was on a train, and this crazy, if you've ever lived in New York, crazies are everywhere on the train. This Black man jumped on the train acting crazy, went up and slapped this man's girlfriend. This Black man, he took his knife out and stabbed him to death. It didn't even make it to trial. Now, had it been a white man who stabbed a Black man to death, he would have gone through a trial just like this soldier, this Marine just went through. I didn't hear Black Lives Matter say one thin word about this Black man who stabbed this other Black man to death. Where are they concentrated? At the Daniel Penny trial. Again, causing divisiveness. You can't be on this side. You have to be right here. You have to be for the right side. What do you think about that, Black? How you doing, Joanne?
Well, like I said, y'all be here tomorrow and be here Saturday. Yeah, y'all be here for that because
we have a lot of content to. She's the mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass. Karen Bass is the mayor of Los Angeles. That's CJ. That's what I tell my students. Welders make a lot of money, Joanne. So you don't want to pay the first class of slaves, but you pay the next class of slaves and call the first class lazy to hide your crime. That's what the Democrats do. That's how they operate. Woo! You can't make this up. Oh my God, Joanne, that's an excellent analogy. Hit the like button, folks. Jeffrey, and then his daddy comes out of nowhere, and ain't nobody 10 years trying to start something. Okay, race hustlers, right, Sergeant King? That's what we've been saying, race hustlers. Immuna, it was Mississippi because I was living in Mississippi when they were offering payments. Okay. Pinky, California, more than 50% affordable housing is occupied by illegals. That's what I was saying. And immigrants, not Americans. Mad Max was fighting Dr. Ben Carson because she was evicting them. He said housing was for America. Right. And they jumped all over Dr. Ben Carson when he was the head of HUD. How you doing, Cha-Cha? What about the illegals who were drunk, killed a 7-year-old black girl, and her mother has to learn to walk again? The man was just let out of jail for family abuse. I know, Chubbs. I was reading about that too. And he shouldn't even be in this country. Killed that little 7-year-old girl. Oh, Jesus. Cammie, I used to live in both the Bronx and Brooklyn, New York. They had to teach kids how to avoid the crazies on the train. Yeah, it's an art. Yes, Mayor, I like Dr. Ben Carson. I have his autobiography. I just haven't had time to read it. Okay. All right, hit that like button for us, folks. So, you have any parting shots?
No, just be here tomorrow, y'all. Everybody be here tomorrow.
So tomorrow we'll be here about 5:30, 6 o'clock ish, something like that. And we said that we were going to talk about, Chicago, Tom Holman. Boy, he's not playing. I like the way he operates. Where are we here? Okay. And just remember this, folks. Let me move this. This keyboard is getting on my last nerves. My parting shot. What can I say? Let me tell you my parting shot. Thank you, Immuna. My parting shot is these people who I did feel sad for before I found out all this information about what was really going on. Now, I don't feel bad for them. This is what I feel about them now. Everyone see Viola Davis here? I have nothing to say to these people who allowed themselves to be treated like garbage, right? To be discriminated against, but who still tried to gaslight the American people to vote for this cosplaying black woman. Everybody see that this meme of Viola Davis? That's how I feel. So with that, I don't have to say anything. Anyone in the chat seen this meme before? All right. You are too, U.S. Army retired. Thank you for your service, sir. Yes, Chubbs, we'll be here tomorrow. And remember, this is deep. Like I said, this is a different level of yes, Immuna. This is a different level of evil and deceit. And I just can't stop singing my Rod Stewart song. I would have given you all of my heart, but there's someone who's torn it apart, and they've taken just all that I had. But if you want, I'll try to love again. Baby, I'll try to love again, but I know the first cut is the deepest. Baby, I know the first cut is the deepest. When it comes to being lucky, she's cursed. Woo, that's enough of that. I don't want to be copyrighted. So, yes, Mayor Rod Stewart, I have his greatest hits too. Hit that like button. Tina, Miss Rowland, yes, we're glad. Thank you for coming. Yes, Pink Book. Pink Book, boy, she calls it like it is. Adios, you know where we're going now. We're going straight to the comment section. I'll stay there and speak to you as long as you're there. Thank you again for spending your very valuable time here at the Rollins Reviews YouTube channel. We'll see you tomorrow night around 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you in the comment section now.